This is TWiT.
Matteo, you have a couple of devices that you have been spending some time with. One, we had a little teaser last week, right? We had the BlackBerry KeyOne. Josh Vergara from Android Authority was on. He said that he loved it. He was really digging his time with it. And you've been playing around with it. Tell us what you think, Matteo.
Yes, so I'm in the lucky position where it's been available in Europe for a bit longer than it's been available in the US. If I'm not mistaken, it goes on sale in the US this week.
Yeah, tomorrow, I believe.
The BlackBerry KeyOne is not something that's been a secret. It's been widely leaked through various websites. It was then launched at MWC. We got hands-on time with it at MWC. Excellent first impressions. And I've been using the BlackBerry KeyOne for about a month now, and I'm very, very happy with it. So it's not a super high-end phone in terms of specs. As with the Mi Max, I'd say, don't expect to use this device for high-end gaming or for very processor-intensive things such as video editing. It will do a good basic job, but don't expect it to be a high-end device. This is a device for getting stuff done. It's a BlackBerry with a physical keyboard. That physical keyboard is just like the one on the BlackBerry Passport, but a bit narrower. The fingerprint scanner is in the spacebar, so it's on the front, and the whole keyboard acts as a trackpad. So, for example, if you're in the Twitter app or in the Google Plus app and you're scrolling through your stream, you don't need to put your finger on the screen, you scroll on the keyboard. So there's a lot of new interaction models on the hardware itself, but it feels solid to hold as well because it has an aluminium construction, nice soft touch rubber back like other BlackBerry devices in the past. It feels really solid. The battery life is excellent. And that's probably due to the fact that it has a Snapdragon 625 chipset, which we mentioned earlier, and a 3,350 milliamp hour battery. I'm very, very happy with this device. And I purchased one for myself, and I'm using it on a day-to-day basis with one of my top 3 SIM cards. The operating system is Android 7.1 with a custom launcher by BlackBerry and the BlackBerry Hub software. The custom launcher is actually very good. It's slightly different from the Nexus or Pixel Experience launcher, but it has some neat little tricks, such as the fact that it natively supports icon packs. So usually if you install a launcher like Action Launcher or Nova Launcher to have custom icon packs, you don't need to do that with the BlackBerry KeyOne because BlackBerry's own launcher, the one optimized for the hardware and the operating system itself, supports icon packs. So for those who like customizing their phone, this is a good option without going too deep into the customization. There are a few other things that have changed compared to Google's Nexus or Pixel Experience in the software. But ultimately, it goes by material design, and it's a pleasant experience. It does take some getting used to, getting back to a physical hardware keyboard, but I do like my BlackBerry KeyOne, and it's one of the devices I reach for most often.
Matteo, how do you... Oh, sorry about that.
No, go ahead, Flo.
I was just going to ask, because there was a question in the comment, or in the chat, it was, how do you feel like holding it sideways? And I'm curious, too, because I'm actually... curious. How does it feel holding it sideways and such?
It feels good. The only thing I'd say is when using it sideways with an application such as YouTube or watching video, there's a bit of letterboxing going because the screen has been adapted to a different aspect ratio just to deal with the form factor. The physical keyboard underneath shortens the aspect ratio. Okay. So it's not that good for watching video, but basic games work on it great. For typing when holding it sideways, that's where you get a virtual on-screen keyboard, much the same as normal touchscreen smartphones. And that means that your screen real estate for actually seeing what you're typing or what's in your chat is limited. To be honest, I've hardly ever used the device in portrait mode. I've always in landscape mode. I've always used it in portrait mode. And it works for me. I really do like the keyboard and the shortcuts you can get from that. So I'm really impressed by what's the parent company who manufacture the phone, TCL, have done in partnership with BlackBerry. And I think it's a bold new beginning for the BlackBerry brand, though not the same business we remember from the Research in Motion days.
But it looks like they got something pretty critical to BlackBerry's brand right, and they got the keyboard experience right. Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of like long-term fans of the BlackBerry brand, that's definitely one of the things that they've wanted in coming to Android, is to get that.
Yeah, I'd say there's two things. It's the keyboard experience and the battery life. BlackBerry were battery champions as far as smartphones went, even compared to the early Android or iOS devices. They lasted days longer at the time. And I can comfortably say I can use this phone for 2 days without having to recharge it. As I said, I don't use it for a lot of gaming. I don't use it for media, but for Outlook, Gmail, messaging, Slack, it's a battery champion.